Welcome back to my channel, children. Today we are going to start with a new lesson, inverse trigonometric functions. A very important and very interesting, right? It is more of thinking rather than doing problems, right? Once you understand the concept clearly, you can be able to solve all the kind of problems. Okay, so children, you know what are trigonometric functions? Yes, you know trigonometric functions are nothing but sine, cosine, tangent, cotangent, secant, cosecant, right? Okay, in the last year, children, you must have learned about trigonometric functions, and you have very well learned what is the domain and range of this trigonometric functions, right? So let us revise those concepts. Along with that, we are going to study inverse trigonometric functions. Okay, what do you mean by inverse trigonometric function, children? Trigonometric functions you already know. This year you have learned the concept of inverse. So you are going to find inverse for all the trigonometric functions. That means I am going to find sine inverse, cos inverse, tan inverse, sec inverse, cosec inverse and cot inverse. Okay. Now, if you remember, children, when is a function having inverse? A function is having an inverse. There are two ways of proving it, right? First one is the further you have to prove their function is 1 1 or 1 1 and onto, not or 1 1 and onto. That means if your function is bijective, then your function will have inverse. Okay, if and only if statement. If function has inverse, then it is if and only if it is bijective, or if a function is bijective, if and only if it has inverse. Is that clear? Or the second way is you are going to prove the composition of the functions in both the ways gives you identity function. Gives you an identity function, right? So let us see whether the functions have inverses. Okay, so I have taken your NCERT textbook of class 12 and I want to show you some graphs. Okay, rather than me drawing, I feel better it is I will demonstrate what I want to say through graphs. Okay, this is your 11th standard, this is your 12th standard textbook. Okay, 12th standard textbook. Okay, now this is the function of graph. This is already plotted here. Children, how do you read it? How do you read it? You have x-axis, positive x and negative x. You have y and y dash, right? Positive y-axis, positive x-axis. Right, now you have studied last year, children. I have prepared a tablet for easy reference. You know that the domain of sine is R, real number set, and the range is closed interval -1 to 1. Why is the domain of your sine function real number, children? Because here last year you must have learned the concept that real number and radians both mean one and the same. Why? Because, children, if I take a unit circle, okay, children, if I take a unit circle of radius 1, children, and if I keep my number line at this point A, children, and if suppose my A happens to be my origin, then I will have positive numbers, I will have negative numbers. Suppose I am placing it in such a way that positive numbers are up and negative numbers are down, -1, no problem. You can see that very well. I can move the line AP, this part, now this line segment AP, I can move in anti-clockwise direction and make this line reach the circle so that it will be of measure 1. So that means 1 and 1. So it will make an angle of 1 radian or it will be simply our real number 1. So that's why I said now, just now I told you that real numbers and radians are the same. Okay, so we know that the domain of the sine function is defined to be R. You can see here, domain of function, sine function is R and the range is closed interval -1 to 1. Why is this? You can see that the domain, it is moving all throughout your x-axis, right? So that means your domain is R. Now, what is the range of this function? If you check the height of these graphs up and down, children, you can see that they are oscillating between -1 and 1. That's why your domain of sine function, right? Your domain of sine function is R. Your domain of sine function is R and your range is defined to be -1. This already -1, closed interval -1 to 1. This already you know last year. Our problem is whether you have sine has inverse, right? That means whether sine has sine inverse. Now if I can't say directly whether sine has sine inverse, because the property of function says that if your function is having inverse, then it should be bijective. So first question is, under this domain and range, is my function bijective? So let me come back to the graph of sine function. If you come back to the graph of sine function, children, you can see here your function is onto. Function is onto means what? Every image in your range. That means in your range, you have range which is, children, -1 to 1. It all has pre-images, right? You can see that for -1 to 1 you have so many images, right? From -1 to 1 you have so many x, right, coming from your x-axis. So your function is onto. Right, but what about 1, 1, children? You know that if two elements have same images, then elements should be same. Yes, children. So here you can see in the graph that sine 0 is 0 and sine pi is 0, but value of x equal to 0 and value of x equal to pi are not same. So what is happening here, children? Your function is onto, sine function is onto, but sine function is not becoming or is not 1, 1, because different elements have same images but elements are not same. So what happens, children? Here I have to put some conditions on sine function so that my function will be having inverse. That means I have to see that all elements in my domain of sine function will be having unique images in your, will have one and only one image in your codomain. Okay, so I have to restrict my my domain of my sine function, so that what will happen is my function sine will have sine inverse, because it's already onto problem is with 1, 1. Is that clear? So what I am going to do is, children, just closely have a look at the interval -pi/2 to pi/2. Can you see this, children? If you want, I will just draw over it, children. You can see that, children. In this range from -pi/2 to pi/2, -pi/2 to pi/2, this much part, okay, this much part, you can see that all the values are distinct. You can see that different elements. You can see -1 appears only one time in this interval, and similarly here 1 also appears exactly one time, right? So what will happen in this range, what will happen in this range of -pi/2 to pi/2, your function sine will become injective. Yes or no? Yes. Otherwise, because if I continue here, if I come down here, children, the pattern again will be repeated, and this element will become same, and this element will become same, which should not happen for injectivity, right? So what will happen, children? Now what will happen, children, is now I will have to change the domain, and hence the range will also be changing. So I have another graph of sine as sine inverse. Okay, this one I changed the domain and the codomain. So now sine inverse x will appear here. So you can see that in the text it is highlighted. You can see that from this portion, from -pi/2 to pi/2, what happens, children, is you have all unique values. Okay, so what is my domain here? Now axis becomes change, right? Here there will be a change in your, you know that when f is from x to y, f inverse will be from y to x, but here f inverse from y to x will have certain restrictions on y. So this time what will happen, children? I will have to change the definition so that the function of sine will become injective, and hence sine inverse will exist, right? So you can see that from the domain, in the domain -1 to 1 from x-axis, you can see that all the images, all between -pi/2 to pi/2, you have unique images, right? For -1 to 1 you have unique images, right? So what will happen? I am going to write my new domain of sine inverse as closed interval -1 to 1, and the range I have shown you that it is going to be -pi/2 to pi/2. So you can see that this one and the first one, there is here it was R2 minus 1 to 1. Now when I am changing it, domain will come here and your range will become domain here, and here the domain will become range with specific conditions. Otherwise sign will not have sign inverse. So the new domain is closed interval minus 1 to 1 and your range is minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So your final answer of your range will be somewhere between this. Okay, now moving to your cos function, right? Last year you have seen, children, cos function is domain is real number, range is closed interval minus 1 to 1. So let us check the, so again I am using your textbook. So I think this is a better pictorial representation, better than me. If I draw, it will become a mess, right? Now let us look at cos function, children. Okay, now how do I read this? I read this. Cos of 0 is 1, cos of pi by 2 is 0, cos of pi by 2 is 0, cos of odd pi is minus 1, cos of even pi is 0, cos of odd multiple of pi by 2 is becoming 0 here, right? Can you see here 3 pi by 2? This is 4 pi by 2 by 2, that is 2 pi, right? So that is even, so that becomes 1. Again odd pi is becoming here 0. This is how we read here. Same way on negative x-axis. So here, children, you can see that cos is again taking all values on real axis. You can see all here real axis, and you can see that it is oscillating between minus 1 and 1. That's why you have defined the domain as R and the range as closed interval minus 1 to 1. Alright, now if I consider whether cos or cos inverse, I have to check the condition of bijectivity. Clearly this is onto, all elements have pre-images, right? All elements will have, all the elements of R have images, right? Now similarly minus 1 to 1, in that all the elements in the codomain is having pre-images. It is onto. But what about 1 1 children? If you look at 1 1 children, you can see that at different places values are same as 1, but the elements are not same. For example, you can see here, children, here what happens here is, you can check here, cos of minus 5 by 2 is 1, cos of pi by 2 is 1. Yes, so but minus 5 pi by 2 and cos 0, you can look here, children, cos of, or let me take this way, cos of minus 2 pi is 1, cos of minus 2 pi is 1, cos of 0 is 1, but 0 and minus 2 pi are not the same angles. Similarly here you can see that cos of minus 5 pi by 2 is, cos of minus 5 pi by 2 is 0, and cos of 3 pi by 2 is also 0, but minus 5 pi by 2 and 3 pi by 2 are not same. That means there is problem in the injectivity of your trigonometric function cos. So again I have to change my domain, so that you will get all range elements, so that you will get all the elements in the set of images to be one and only one, or unique images. Is that clear? So what I am going to do is, children, I am going to consider minus 1 to 1. I am going to consider minus 1 to 1. That's true. Now if you look at the if you look at the part here from 0 to pi, children, if I highlight this part 0 to pi, children, you can see here in 0 to pi all the elements here are unique, right? If I see in this part all the elements are unique, the moment I come to this part the elements are repeated, right? Because this will be repeated with this will be repeated with this, right? So if I am going to if I am going to change my domain from real numbers to 0 to pi, I have possibility of injectivity function. Yes, and range, no problem, it is from minus 1 to 1. Right? Now when I am going to change, when I am going to write in terms of cos inverse, children, how will be the graph? Cos inverse of graph. This is the inverse of, this is the graph of cos inverse. So here you can see very well, children. Now now you know that range and codomain there gets, you know that this will get exchange here, right? Your range will become domain here, but domain here will become range depending on putting some restrictions. Otherwise cos inverse will not exist, right? So what will be now? Now you can see that this highlighted part from 0 to pi, right? If I am going to make my new range, if I am going to make my new domain, sorry, if I am going to make my new domain from -1 to 1, and my range will be then from 0 to pi, because in this range I will get all unique images. Okay, so what will happen now? Now my new cos inverse will have domain as -1 to 1, but my range will be from 0 to pi. Why I have explained you, because in this, for this values of x coming from domain, you will have all unique images, because after that it is all repeated. It is also called as, so range is also called as principal value branch, where it appears to be first time injective, where it appears to be first time onto, and hence bijective. Okay, now proceeding to the next function, let us see now tan. Or let us see, okay, let us see tan function. Okay. So this was the domain of tan, right? Tan function is defined to be, domain was defined to be real number minus collection of all x such that x is equal to 2n plus 1 means odd multiple, right? Odd multiples of pi by 2, or here it is given n as integer. That means from real numbers you are removing all odd multiples of pi by 2 and taking it as domain. Then the range will be R. Why is it so, children? We are taking this R as this element deleted from R. Why? Because children, you know that tan is sine upon cos. Yes, tan is sine upon cos. So you know that just now we have seen in the graph of cos, children, that cos odd multiples of pi by 2 is taking 0. Yes or no? Cos all odd multiples are taking, or cos odd multiples are taking 0 value, right? So if cos is there in the denominator, your tan function will not be defined for odd multiples. Right, so that's why here in the condition last year we have restricted it to R minus odd multiples of pi by 2, so that denominator does not have a problem, and your answer was R. Okay, that means your range was R. So let us come back here. Now we have to define tan inverse. So I have two graphs here, tan and tan inverse. First let us understand our tan. Tan, you can see that it is it is cut, right? It is not uniformly continuous, it is cut. Right, this is how the graph of tan x look here. So if you look here, children, you can see here, children, family of curves you can see here, right? This family is same as this family, the bottom part is not there, but the upper portion of all these three will be same. So again you have a problem of injectivity, right? Onto will always be there, because you can, every element will have pre-image, right? But element does not have unique image, and that means different elements have same images, right? That is affecting the definition of injectivity. So if I look here, the function of tan, you can see why there is a break here, children. Its break is there because at odd multiples of pi by 2 we have restricted our definition, so there is a break here, right? So at this point, at that odd multiples of pi by 2, it is cut, it is put a cut here, a break is put on the axis here. Right. So now if I see here, children, if I take this part, you can see that for this part your tan is taking full values of real number. That means your range set is becoming full real numbers, and your function is having domain as R minus x equal to 2n plus 1 pi by 2, n belongs to integer. Right. Now our problem is injectivity, because I told you that this part, all the images will be same, right? Because tan of 0, tan of pi, minus pi, tan of pi, tan of 2 pi will all be 0, but 0 is not same as minus pi, 0 is not same as, right, 2 pi and all, minus pi and 0 and 2 pi, these are all different elements, but image is the same. So we have to again restrict the condition. So I am going to restrict my condition. So what will happen, children? This time I have to make a change in the range and domain, so that it will be, I have to make a change in the domain, then my range will be such that it will be injective and bijective, right? So what will be my tan inverse domain? Right, you can see that I have just exactly next to it there is a graph of tan inverse. So you can see here after replotting it, you can see that this graph, this highlighted blue portion, you can see that this full part, your domain can be taken as full real number, whereas your codomain, not codomain, whereas your range, because we are not considered about codomain much, we are considered more highlighting on your range. So what will happen? You can see that from minus pi by 2, right? You can see that from open interval. Now minus pi by 2 I can't take because there is a break here, minus pi, and here also I cannot take, there is a break here, right? From minus, right, deleted neighborhood of considering the deleted neighborhood of minus pi by 2, from this area to this area I all have one image only, right? I have all one images for my elements coming from R. For all real numbers coming from here, you can see that they all have unique images, right? For all x coming from I or I have unique images. Right? So this time I am going to define my tan inverse as real number and my open interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. You know why I am writing your open interval? Because there is a break at the end point. So this is the range or the principal value branch of tan inverse. Alright, now let us go for sine is over, cos is over, tan is over. Let us go for say cosec. So let me have the graph of cosec we have done, no children, sorry. Let us go for sec. So this is the graph of sec function and graph of sec inverse, okay. So if I look at this, we have defined your sec function as domain is R minus collection of all x such that x equal to 2n plus 1 pi by 2 such that n belongs to integer. Your R and your range happens to be R minus open interval minus 1 to 1. Again sec, you know that it is 1 upon cos, and just now I have told here, I have given an explanation in tan that when cos comes in the denominator, for odd multiples of pi by 2 it will become 0 in the denominator. So in order to keep the well definiteness or well definedness of your function, all those problematic points are removed from your real numbers, okay. Thus you can very well check here, right? So here you can check that when you plot the graph of this function, the problematic points are all shown here using a dot here, right? So you can see here children, for your function sec, right? For your function sec, you can see that from this area to this area and this much portion is not there. Can you see here? There is no nothing drawn here on between the part minus 1 to 1. Is that clear children? You can see that, right? So you can have 0 to pi. Just look at the interval 0 to pi children. You have 0 to pi. If you look at 0 to pi children, you can see that this part, okay, and this part, all the values are unique. Can you see that? Right? This part, all the values are unique. That means for sec, if I put a restriction on the domain of sec, then what will happen? Domain of your sec, if it was this 0 to pi, from that I don't have pi by 2 because it is not defined at that point, then your function will become injective. Yes or no? Just look at it. Just look at it in this graph. In the graph of sec inverse, here you can see that is highlighted. See, from here to here and here to here, you all have unique images. Why am I covering this and this side? Because I should have positive and negative side, right? Positive x-axis and negative x-axis. So you can see that from 0 to pi except pi by 2 or except pi by 2 which is not there, all the images are unique. So that will be my range, right? So what should be my elements in my domain? My elements in my domain will be R minus. Now there you saw, there between minus 1 and 1 nothing is there, right? Similarly here you can see children, between minus 1 and 1 this much age, this much portion is blank, right? Nothing is there. Right? So if my element is coming outside this, if my elements are coming from outside this except this interval and restricting to this part, my function will be having sec will be having sec inverse. Okay, so I will define it here. So sec inverse is R minus open interval minus 1 to. Why open interval? Because minus and 1 is not included, and my range will be 0 to pi minus removing pi by 2. Alright. Okay, so I made a change in the original and the new one. Right. So here the thing is that the range itself becomes your domain, but domain I have to put some restriction, and accordingly for that domain your range will change. Okay, it is ideally putting restrictions on the original functions of trigonometry. Okay. Now let us go for cosec. Cosec we have not done, no children? We have done sec, right? Not sec, so we have done sec and cos. Let us do now cosec. Okay, where is the graph of cosec? It's not a complicated topic, no, it is very easy. Once you understand, no, you can by heart it as a table, right? Now cosec, the definition of cosec is collection of all are such that x equal to n pi, such numbers are removed. Why? Because children, sine is equal to, or cosec is equal to 1 upon sine, and wherever the denominators are 0, that point should be removed. So those 0 points are at multiples of pi, right? Because sine of any pi is 0. So I am going to remove all that. So because of that, what happens? The problematic points are removed. Now this is the graph of your cosec. You can see that all the pi's are deleted from the graph. That means there is a break put here. Is that clear? Now you can see that for this value of cosec, you can see that the part between minus 1 to 1 is not, no, in between, in this rectangle piece nothing is there, right? So minus 1 to 1 nothing is there, right? But all other values of real number it is taking. See here, except minus 1 to 1, all other values up. This goes this way infinitely, this goes here infinitely here, but minus 1 to 1 portion is not there. That's why we have defined this as to be R minus open interval minus 1 to 1. Alright, now I have to write a cosec inverse. So the same thing, I have changed my axis. So x dash, y dash I have here. Now this time you can see that it is highlighted here, this portion and this portion. If I look at the portion of R minus, just look this side, okay, this way and this way. Okay, so if you look here children, you can see that if I exclude this portion from minus 1 to 1 and consider all values from this point to this point, okay, and from this point to this point, you can see that all at these points, whatever values of x are taking, they are all unique. Yes, they are all unique, and between minus 1 to 1 there is nothing coming, right? Between minus 1 to 1 there is nothing coming. So children, if I define my domain of my cosec inverse as R minus open interval minus 1 to 1, then you can see all unique images are there, and unique images are from minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 excluding 0, because sin pi will become 0 in the denominator, no? So it will not be existed because we have written excluded n pi from my cosec. Understood? So now how I will define cosec as R minus open interval minus 1 to 1. Why open interval? Because minus 1 is not there. Minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 minus, from that you are removing 0 because 0 is not there. Now the last one is cot. I hope you are following children. You need not look all those functions children. I am just explaining you because it is a class, okay. You just have to understand why it is so, okay. Once you understand, you need not remember the diagram. You can directly by heart the table for easy using, okay. Now next one is cot. Right, now cot is cos by sine. So sine will take value 0 for all n pi. So that's why this n pi is removed from here. Okay, and it was seen that the range happens to be R. So let us see the graph of cot. If I look at the graph of cot and cot inverse, both I have here. Okay, I have exchanged the axis also. Very beautifully they have shown in NCERT textbook. Okay, so if you see here children, again the breaks of pi are shown here. Yes, now you can see here very well, as I have told you children, as I have told you, your cot function except for n pi, all are well defined, and it is taking all values from, it is taking all values in real number, just like tan. Right, now the problem is that these all are repeated, right? Your images are same. For example, you can see that image of minus pi by 2 is same as 0, is same as pi by 2, is same as 3 pi by 2. So onto is not having a problem, that every element is having a pre-image, but every element have different elements have same images. So that we have to do some restrictions, right? So again I am going to look at tan inverse, cot inverse graph. So if I look at the graph of cot inverse children, just consider my x-axis. If I consider my x-axis, just see where my pen moves from here to here, here to here, all unique images. Yes, all unique images. If I take whole domain as my real number, there is no problem at all. If I take whole domain as real number, there is no problem at all, because the range is because the elements are having only unique images. Now what about the range function? You can see that it is taking values from, just see here. Okay, you can just see here. I told you this one, but I think it is better to look here. Okay, so if you look here, what happens children? You can see here. So because these both are repeated, right? Both are repeated. But here it's nothing like that children. We always consider next to the origin, and we go for always positive values of y. Okay, that's why. And here it is here like this, here it is covering here also, right? So what I will do is, I will take my here and here. If you take here or here children, it is from a whole domain is R, right? Now next one, what is the range of this function? You can see that it is coming between 0 and pi. Can you see it is between 0 and pi? This all behavior of the function is happening between 0 and pi. If it is down, it is happening between 0 and minus pi. But I am going to consider my range as this, right? As I said, I will give preference for positive I. Okay, so now I am going to write my cot inverse as real number and 0 to pi. Yes. Now what I will suggest you children is, I hope you have understood this, I suggest you that you prepare a table for inverse trigonometric functions like this, as I have prepared. No need of trigonometric functions. Inverse trigonometric functions table you prepare like mine, right? As I have prepared like this. You just make a table like this so that when you solve the problems, okay, not at the time of exam, when you solve problems for the first time, you can take the help of this, unless these things are are fitting in your, or it is become fixed in your heads, in your brains. Unless it is locked, you keep make a small table like this so that it will be easily used for reference. Alright, only for some days you make it, don't make it a habit, and I'm sure that once you are habituated to this kind of problems, domain and range, everything will come. Okay, if you want, you can make a table for trigonometric functions also, okay. But you give preference to inverse trigonometric functions, because in the exams you get questions of the type, you are going to find the principle, you are going to find the values for inverse trigonometric functions. Okay, range is also called as principal value branch. Okay. So next time when I come, I will come back with this paper so that we can also solve problems. I know anyhow, but for you, I will hold this paper so that it will be easy for us to solve. Okay, don't get worried children, you just study the table. You just understand the concept, y is minus 1 removed, n pi removed, etc, etc. That you should know. Before mugging up a thing, you should know why it is like that, right? That is why I took such a long class to explain why it is defined like this. Now since you have understood, you by heart this, then we'll be ready to solve the problems next time. Okay, thank you children.